Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Kalikaiz. Today I'm going to be playing a Naya Initiative Ramp deck. This one is a deck donation from Peyton, so thank you very much. Now this deck is kind of your Naya Ramp with Utopia Sprawl, Wild Growth, Arbor Elf. We're ramping. We have a lot of tech pieces. We have Leyline Weaver, which is ramp and can also untap when you cast your big creatures. We have Lead the Stampede to look some cards. Teamer Battle Rage to just finish the game. Some Cascaders with Altasaur and Boarding Party. This Web creature, it allows you to get a land onto the battlefield, and you can use it for 3 mana by returning a tapped creature. We have Stormshriek Feral as a beater that's also some card draw. And then 6 initiative with Avenging Hunter and Goliath Paladin. And of course, Writhing Chrysalis. So this is a sweet brew version of a ramp aggro deck. The dream is to play a forest and then Skyshroud Cutter metamorphosis into Avenging Hunter or Goliath Paladin on turn 1. So let's see if we can do that. I want to win some matches by going face with the big old fatties. I will see you in round 1. This video is brought to you by Card Market, Europe's largest TCG marketplace. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/Kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Okay, round 1. What can I do here? I cannot cast any of my creatures. I have 2 mana. My opponent's on the play, so I think I have to mulligan. All right, we have 3 mana, and it's really slow. So let's try mulligan again. And now I guess we're keeping, and we get rid of Battle Rage. We're looking to go towards a Boarding Party. Our opponent plays a CawGate. So they might not interact with the Arbor Elf. Let's go land Arbor Elf. 1, 2, 3. Opponent plays a Citadel Gate on blue. So they're playing CawGates. We will play Mountain and an Arbor Elf. Get in for 1. Next turn, I do have 4 mana for a Writhing Chrysalis, and then I have the 6 mana for a Boarding Party. They play a Citadel Gate. So as long as they don't kill an Arbor Elf, I'm good. Plays a Squadron Hawk. All right, great. Did not kill my Arbor Elf. Gets 3 Hawks. They may discard a Strands or something. They discard Strands. We're going to tap and untap. Drew the Avenging Hunter a little late here. I have 4 mana, so I'll play Writhing Chrysalis. I could play the Avenging Hunter, but they have multiple Hawks, so that doesn't seem like a great plan. I think I'd rather just put the Boarding Party on the table. Plus the Cascade might help me out. 2 for 1s are good. When it cycles Alluring Revealed. Finding Idyllic Beachfront, so they're potentially holding Counterspell. They Journey to Nowhere on the Chrysalis. Alright, that's okay. It was mostly a ram spell. I guess it ate a removal, so it's 2 for 1. We have a second Chrysalis. It's going to make 6 mana. Untap. I guess... No, I'm still going to play the Boarding Party. Boarding Party. What do we find? Avenging Hunter. I couldn't avoid it. Okay, I'll take the initiative. We will get the planes, I suppose, because of the initiative. All right, take the planes. Play the planes. Attack in for 6. I have 5 mana, so we'll see how this goes. They could block the Boarding Party and then Strands on green so the Avenging Hunter doesn't get to deal damage. They're probably just going to get in. Okay, they get in for 1. Takes the initiative. Plays an island, so they probably have Counterspell. They have to play 1 Hawk. Instead, they play out a Modern Age. And they're going to Embalm the Cat. I'm going to attempt a Utopia Sprawl. On red, then I will untap. Untap again. Now I have 4 mana. Slam a Boarding Party. Cascade into another Avenging Hunter? Oh my goodness. What? What's happening? That was pretty amazing. I mean, you can't go wrong, I guess. Me too, man. Opponent wrote, I am astonished. I am also astonished. I did not expect that. So I guess I am forging onto the Avenging Hunter. And then we're gonna get in. I suppose they just Strands on green still. I'm not sure. Strands doesn't even seem great here. They Strands. They're still going to take 6. Yeah, they go to 7 life. That's working out pretty well. We have a big old board. All of our creatures are tapped. Now, what is our opponent going to do? They discarded a Prismatic Strands. They'll get in, take the initiative. Except, I suppose we can just take the initiative again. Because we have the Avenging Hunter in hand. Okay, so they're going to put some counters on their cat, which means it's bigger. They play an Outlaw Medic. Now they can Strands on green, huh? So the cat will kill the boarding party. I guess I'm just attacking. Send in the team. The cat will eat the boarding party. They'll go to 10 life. Then the Outlaw Medic trades. And then I just go... I have 6, 7, 8 mana, so I can go 2 plus Avenging Hunter. Interesting. Combat. They just have double strands or triple strands here. Okay, they're using the strands on green, I guess. So their Outlaw Medic will not die, but then they go to 1. What did they put it on? Plays Thraben Charm to kill my boarding party. Okay. Well, that's disappointing, but we can tap and untap. And then do it again. And then play a Chrysalis. And then play an Avenging Hunter. I will continue having the initiative. I know, right? Opponent is just flabbergasted. I am too. I am too. So they're going to take 5 damage going to 6. We're hoping they don't have any more strands. Kapow. I could give them 5 life back with this cutter. I just don't think it's worth it. Okay, what's the opponent going to do? They flip a Vector Glider. Are they going to just attack? They play a Sacred Cat. How many more strands do you have, my friend? We go into Archives. We draw a card. Wild Growth gives me a ton of mana. Let's just attack with my giant dragon creatures. They're blocking. Lots of blocking. Am I missing lethal here? I might be missing lethal. They just have another strands. So many strands. This is a bummer. They gain a bunch of life. So let's just Wild Growth and then play a creature. And then they still have a bunch of Hawks in hand. I know that CawGate was the premier deck to defeat Turbo Initiative originally. So maybe we will be defeated by the cause. Opponent takes the initiative. They will trap me. I guess I'm looking for an Annoyed Allosaur into a boarding party into another initiative creature. That would be pretty good. Here's a Hawk. Hawks for days. So we're going to go ahead and swing in with 2 creatures. Trying to take the initiative. The Outlaw Medic is going to die. They draw a card. They have drawn 3 strands. I've drawn 3 initiatives. It's only fair. I wish my Skyshroud cutter had reach. It is a Skyshroud, right? It should have reach. When it plays a Heap Gate. They're slamming a Lorien Revealed looking for the last strands in the top half of their deck. Did they find it? They currently have 3 toughness and wow. Somehow we take the game. Was not expected. All right, let's see what we can do. Do we have Flaring Pain? We do not have Flaring Pain. I guess Relic of Progenitus is interesting. I feel like the Battle Rage doesn't do what we want. I like the Ram Through and Relic, I guess. Submit. Maybe Breath Weapon is good. They have all small creatures except for the... Let's bring in the Breath Weapon, actually. Okay, so it's nice about this Stormshriek Feral. If you didn't know, it's an Omen, which says discard a card if you do draw 2 cards. The Omen now gets shuffled back into your deck, so you just keep drawing cards. Game 2. We have Metamorphosis. Not great, but I do have Sprawl, so let's keep... I guess they might have ways to interact with my ramp, though. Did not find a Skyshroud cutter. I'll play Arbor Elf on turn 1. They play a CawGate on red, so they're looking to do some stuff too. So we'll Wild Growth and then go Sprawl on white, Sprawl on red, and attack in for 1. Fortunately, I don't have enough mana. Maybe if I hadn't put a second Sprawl on, I would have had 1 mana left over plus 3. It would have been 4. I don't really want to cast the Goliath Paladin here, but I guess I can put another Arbor Elf on the table. Get in for 1 again. I can't just slam it into an like open counterspell. Maybe they Breath Weapon and then they play something. They play a Lorien Revealed. Or cycle Lorien for a Beachfront, which is a tap land. Still representing Breath Weapon, but Breath Weapon wasn't great against me. Plays out a cat and the tap land, holding open the counterspell. We draw a forest. I'm gonna hold it. We might draw our ramp, our flush out. Basilisk Gate for the opponent. Sure. They'll get in for 4. Come on, Cascader. We find an Avenging Hunter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess I play Goliath Paladin? Or maybe the Avenging Hunter? Which one is better? Avenging Hunter has trample, so I guess that's just technically better. Play Goliath Paladin. Counterspell. Okay. Untap. Avenging Hunter. We're missing, I guess we want red mana. Play the mountain. Now that we can't play the mountain. So the question is, do I just Breath Weapon right now to hold on to the Avenging Hunter, but lose my mana? Don't really need this mana. I want to have the initiative. Breath Weapon. Wait, no. Does that help me? They can just bring it back. I'm Breath Weaponing. Yeah. Pass. Maybe this wasn't the greatest idea. Now, I think I'm actually going to Lost Well, because I might find a Cascader and set that up. When it plays Outlaw Medic. Okay. We take the initiative. They're holding a counterspell still. We're going Lost Well. Yes. Top. Amazing. 4. This is 4, 5, 6. Land. 7. Altasaur. Paladin. Yes. That was a really good scry. What's funny is the scry worked out exactly the way it was already going to be drawn, I think. Like the Altasaur was on top anyway, so we were just set up for that. I love it. When it shocked and awed. Shocked and awed. We went top. They will counterspell. Counterspelling the annoyed Altasaur. We take the initiative. I will go into... I'm going to go stash. I just need more creatures. So stash. I go arena. They have to attack with this. They were probably going to attack with it anyway. So let's just go stash. Then next turn I can get a... Let's pass the turn. Do they have... Do they have strands? Because they're going to have to go 1, 2, 3, pump it. It'll be 5. So they have to have another gate. I'm getting in. Probably dumb, but I'm doing it. But it's at 17. So let's see. They have to have gate, pump, and strands. Destroy evil. Okay. It's pretty good. Clearly. Now if they have strands, I'm in a bad spot. Going nowhere. Okay. I'll concede. I wasn't going to beat that anyway. The sequence of events. Like, how was I supposed to beat that? So let's see. How about we go safekeeping and ram through? Try again. That was so awesome and still couldn't get there. Okay, I'm playing first. We almost had it. We can have a cutter. 1, 2, stampede. I think I'm keeping this. Land, Arbor Elf, turn 2, Leyline Weaver. This doesn't seem amazing. But once I have the Leyline Weaver out, then I can use the cutter to untap the Leyline Weaver. This Zan Tunnelweb Explorer gives me... Opponent salted about the Arbor Elf again. Come on, bro. Mr. Have 3 answers in hand. Oh, geez. Let's see. Turn. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I can Chrysalis this turn. So tap, untap, tap, make red, cast, untap the Leyline Weaver. That's pretty fancy. But it's like, why would you do... Why? What? Opponent gains 5 life. We'll make red. We'll play red and Chrysalis. We'll untap again. Not that untapping again helps me. Oh, wait. I can do things, huh? What can I do here? I can cast Lead the Stampede. Or I can in-web and... Or I can just go red and then flush out. We'll discard the Zan. We drew a land. Great. Now I will pass. I have 6 mana. Opponent uses a Destroy Evil to destroy the evil rather than Chrysalis. So evil. It must be destroyed. Okay. My turn. I have a forest. I will attempt to Lead the Stampede. As the counterspell. Oh man, I should salt off in chat about the counterspell always being in their hand. Okay. Can we rip an initiative off the Annoyed Altasaur this time? I hope so. It will be really hilarious. Uh-oh. They have something. They play a Modern Age. They're not going to interact with the Altasaur. Discards of Strands, of course. We have the Avenging Hunter. I'll just play Avenging Hunter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast Avenging Hunter. This time we're going hard. We're going deep. We're going aggro. I will grab Mountain. Tack in. Yeah. They'll go to 15. They do have the strands, of course. You know, Leyline Weaver has been really good here. I've really enjoyed it this entire game when I've been using it. Maybe it should just be played in red-green ramp anyway. Leyline Weaver's good. Anyway, opponent discards another strands. They're brainstorming. They're looking for a white creature. I can forge onto my Eldrazi spawn token so that I can keep getting in the face of the strands. I don't really have a way to block the Modern Age except for the Altasaur. I guess the Leyline Weaver also blocks it, so that's good. Never mind. We're going to keep doing it. They play a Squadron Hawk. So the Leyline Weaver has great synergy here with the Avenging Hunter. Just being able to block those Hawks. What do we want to do? I'm going to forge onto the spawn. Could have also gone... Ooh, a Chrysalis. Okay, so I have Mountain. 5, 6, 7 mana. This is -2. I go to 6. I don't really want to use the spawn. I'm going to untap, play the Altasaur. Untap. Cascade. A Leyline Weaver. Nice. They'll counterspell the Altasaur. Maybe they counterspell the Leyline Weaver. Probably the Altasaur. It's a 6/5. Either way, I have blockers. Attack in. Opponent's now at 6. What does that mean? What are they going to do to me? Something terrible. What terrible thing? They have a Vector Glider that flipped. Journey to Nowhere, which will take out the Altasaur. Okay. What if they know that my Leyline Weaver has reach? They don't know! Block. Wrecked. They did not see that one coming. I'm so sorry. Okay, GG Killy. Let's see everybody in round 2. All right, round 2 on the draw versus Alex. We have to mulligan. Our hand literally doesn't do anything. But if I had that Skyshroud Cutter, it would have been sweet. This one's too slow. Mulligan. This hand doesn't do anything. Dang. Okay, we'll get rid of Morphosis, Battle Rage, Boarding Party. So at least we can turn to lead the Stampede. Opponent plays Slagwood's Bridge. That's not good for me. But we're still going to sprawl. Put it on white and hope that they don't wildfire me. Okay. They play Gixian. Mountain. Let's play lead the Stampede. We have a 5 creature hand. Amazing. All right. Done. Should I just put the Cutter on the table? It can block the Gixian. Doesn't really do anything otherwise. I think I don't do that. Pass. This turn I'll play Leyline Weaver plus Arbor Elf if they don't kill my land. And then look to go like Chrysalis into Avenging Hunter. Opponent could wipe the board. If I draw Metamorphosis now, that would be sweet. Good Morphosis, 5 mana. Oh, that wouldn't do anything. Trying to figure out if I could like Chrysalis into Avenging Hunter, and I don't think I can. That lead the Stampede was huge though. A draw 5, amazing. They play a Swamp. We're fading a Wildfire. Refurbished Familiar. I'll get rid of Battle Rage. Opponent plays Clan Shaman. That's sad for me. So I will Stormshriek Feral, flush out, and get rid of the Skyshroud Cutter. Now we have Utopia Sprawl, so let's Utopia Sprawl here on green. And now at this point I can play the Writhing Chrysalis, and it would survive some of these attacks. Opponent can wipe their board with the Slagwood, like sacrifice their artifacts with the Clan Shaman to just increase the size of the Gixian Infiltrator. And now they have the Wildfire, so I'm just going to scoop to that. That's fine. Wrecked. Safekeeping seems important in the Wildfire matchup. Battle Rage does not seem very helpful. Cast of the Fire seems like a good thing too. So, do Glamours. Yeah, we're going to go full kill your lands, right? Kill your lands mode. Do I just take out... Yeah, where's the Metamorphosis? No. Get rid of that, thanks. I wonder... I mean, the rest of the deck was fine. We don't need... Just bring 1 back in? Maybe I'll bring in the Ram through. Weird. Not sure exactly what to do. But I wonder if there should be an 8-card package to swap with the Metamorphosis Skyshroud's Cutter plan. Watch me draw Cutter into Glamour in turn 1 and then just be sad I can't Avenging Hunter. Okay, we almost did it. We have to mulligan. Keep, get rid of Mountain, Land, Wild Growth, turn 2, I don't know. And then turn 3, Chrysalis, turn 4, try to play an Avenging Hunter. Our opponent has mulligan to 6. I guess my best draw would be a Deglamour. No, maybe Arbor Elf would be fine. Bridge for the opponent. Draw a boarding party. I'll play Forest. Hoping to not get wildfired here. We only have 1 on our land. If they wildfire me, I'm super far behind. So I can't actually get the Writhing Chrysalis down. But if they don't wildfire me, I could potentially play the boarding party or the Annoyed Allosaur. Lots of ups and downs here. I feel like we're gambling. They have the untapped land, and they wildfire their own land. Okay, they did not feel that the wild growth was a threat. Land, I'll slam a Writhing Chrysalis. Pass the turn. Guess we don't necessarily want to F6 here because if they go Kalikaiz Shaman and start wiping the board, I want to sacrifice the spawns. But I'd much rather have the spawns around so I can cast the boarding party. Opponent goes for an Ichor Wellspring. Here they can play Kalikaiz Shaman, kill my spawns. Plays a Landscape, Gixian Infiltrator. So I could just ram through that right now. Looking for a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into ram through. That's really good. So sacrifice. Do I want to grab the plains? I guess I do. Sacrifice 5 mana. Play Avenging Hunter. Take the initiative. We'll grab the plains. Play the plains. And target creature you control. Target creature they control. Hiya. Coming in for 4. That was a good turn. Do I forge or Lost Well? If I Lost Well, I might find mana. If I forge, I can have a really big Avenging Hunter. But they're a deck that plays Cast Down, so Avenging Hunter being big is not necessarily great. If I draw an untapped land, I just get to slam boarding party, which is way more power. They're already at 12, though. Plays a Gixian. And then they Fanatical Offering, making the Gixian bigger. So now, let's see, 4, 9, 10, 11. They'll be at 11 right now if I forge. They'll be at 1. But actually, if I can find mana there, I'll get in for an additional 6 instead of 2. So we'll go Lost Well. Okay, I will... Stash is coming up from there. So we'll bottom the Storm Shriek, top the Forest, play Forest. Oh no! I completely forgot that I was going to try to Cascade into that Storm Shriek Feral and just win the game, and now I just have an Arbor Elf. Man. Attack with everything. Yeah. I guess they block the boarding party. They take 9, going to 3. That's much less exciting. They could have just been dead here. And I didn't scry correctly because I haven't played Cascade very much. Cascading plus Avenging Hunter, it's just too complicated for my combo P brain. Okay, opponent. We just win anyway, so did not play perfectly. I confused myself a lot of times, and we got there. So maybe the Skyshroud Cutter is something I just cut, and then I bring in Battle Rage to just punk my opponent. Because, like, what is this Cutter doing? Nothing. Not doing anything. And then I guess maybe a Relic, just because it cycles. All right, we have a not viable hand. I will mulligan. We're looking for a ramp. I have ramp, so I guess I'm keeping. What do I put back? Gotta be the Relic. We will go Forest on red. Hope that they can't. I guess we're just gonna go Wild Growth. Okay, what's gonna happen? Looking for them to play a non-red tap land so I can deglamour their tap land. So a black-green tap land. Play a Twisted Landscape. Do they wildfire me? They play a Lembas. I'm going to probably, guess, I don't like this. Get rid of your land. I should have waited. They would have gone for wildfire and it would have been a mega blowout. Yeah, that would have been much better. So mistakes were made again. I'm going to play some Mountain, Kalikaiz Shaman. Going to play Leyline Weaver. We need another land so I can sprawl on that land, not get wrecked by this Kalikaiz Shaman or by a wildfire. Mistakes were made. We have 3 mana right now. Need to be able to flush out. They just go for the throat, killing my Leyline Weaver. All right, I don't really have a way to win unless I start ramping. So if they have it, they have it. I will be dead. Red, sprawl, white. I will concede to the wildfire. And plays a Forest. A Fanatical Offering. Shuffling back in the Lembas. Draws 2 cards. I'm ready. They play a Gixian. That's not lethal. Okay, we'll go red, flush out, discard Altasaur because it's expensive. Maybe cast into the fire. Play Leyline Weaver. I have 5 mana if they don't sacrifice stuff. A Fanatical Offering, their Gixian gets bigger. I guess I could have cast into the fire. That wouldn't really have worked though. Trying to figure out a way to get some creatures on the table. My Zan comes into play untapped. And if I inweb it for 3, does it count for the Leyline Weaver? Jeez. Take it in. Play Relic and crack it. Looking for a land. Draw. Okay, I'm gonna move on. It's gotta be like there's no chance of winning here, but I'll kill their Krark-Clan Shaman, I guess. If I draw land, I can play the Zan Tunnelweb Explorer. I'll have a 4/3 body. And then on the next turn, I'll have 6 mana, I'll play Boarding Party, get more mana, play Noid Altasaur. This all hinges on them not having a wildfire and me drawing a land. Instead, they have a Writhing Chrysalis, which makes a giant Gixian Infiltrator. Then I'll Spellbomb, which doesn't do anything, but it's a thing that they can cast and sacrifice. All right, I'll go ahead and concede. Let's see what we were going to draw. We can't see it. Darn it. Okay, I see it in round 3. Round 3 versus Otakon. Last time I played them, they were playing Familiars. They like control decks. Usually green-based control decks. Black stuff, the kill all your stuff. Do I keep this hand? We'll have 3 mana on turn 2. But I don't have a lot of 3-drops. They mulligan to 6. I feel like this is not helpful. This is not helpful. These are, I think I'm keeping, but I'm not sure about this because I don't feel like we're going anywhere with this hand. They play Island. Let's just attempt a Wild Growth. That resolves. So they must be on Familiar still. Otherwise we would have seen a Spell Pierce out of their hand. Ooh, blue-red. So maybe this is the Jeskai Wildfire deck. Or Jeskai no Wildfire. We have 3 mana. Cascade is pretty good into Counterspell, as we saw in round 1. We're looking for another mana. So Sprawl would be good. They might be playing Wildfire. We're not sure. Volatile Fjord. Probably not. Okay, we just plop down the Arbor Elf. If this lives, they're in a bad way, but it's probably not going to live. Let's see what they do. Bolt, Scred, could be lots of things. They have 4 mana. Suplex. I still don't know if it's Jeskai or just blue-red. I wonder if this Sprawl will resolve. Sprawl? White? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next turn we'll have 6. So I'm going to pass. I don't want to just slam the Avenging Hunter into the clear counterspell. My turn. Let's try Boarding Party. Cascade. We'll get a Leyline Weaver, which is medium. And then they'll counterspell the Boarding Party. They don't counterspell. They're just going to bolt it. Scred. Okay. Looking more like blue-red control. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another suplex. It's weird. Somebody hates artifacts. Let's go play this Zan Tunnelweb Explorer. It's just a 4/3 for 5. What harm could it do? Everyone's thinking it through. They decide Counterspell is where they want to be. Okay, I'll play Arbor Elf. And now I have 9 mana potentially. They brainstorm again. So if I can land the Avenging Hunter, they'll be pretty in trouble. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. So if let's see, I have 6, 7, 8, 9. So if the first Avenging Hunter resolves, I get to play a second one. Lots of counting going on over here. Opponent is brainstorming. Seems really complex, so we're probably in for a bad time. Okay, they are playing Jeskai Ephemerate. I think I'm going to go for the Altasaur because they're showing me that they have Counterspell still. Jeskai Ephemerate with no artifact lands. Okay, tap on tap, tap, tap. Altasaur. Let's go cascading. Revealing a Skyshroud Cutter. Cast it. So if they counterspell the Altasaur, we can metamorphosis the Skyshroud Cutter into an Avenging Hunter. Amazing. It finally got there. I'll just go ahead and pay 1 sacrifice. No response. Make green. Avenging Hunter. Yeah. They didn't see that one coming. They probably did. They conceded. Amazing. Okay, so Relic obviously is required. I think the Battle Rage is our least good card. And then We want safekeeping or we want to glamour. I mean, not to glamour, the ramp brew. I think the safekeeping is interesting. I can't believe we got the metamorphosis, the cutter. That felt good. Just bring in one random safekeeping. I still want to leave the skyshroud cutter combo because if we can get that on turn 1, they'll be way under the gun. We have land arbor elf. I guess that's fine. No ramp. No, that's the only ramp I have going on. Land elf, turn 2 weaver. Wanted play to tap land on turn 1, so we could not punish that though. Arbor elf not long for this world. Okay, they brainstorm instead. What would be a good draw? Sprawl? Nope. Okay, Arbor elf dead. They scred it. Land weaver. Our ramping is going quite slow. We have 3 mana, 4 mana next turn. A Lorien revealed. Grabbing the floodplain. Still holding open the... Oh no, they don't play the floodplain. They play an island. I'll play a land and I will attack for 2. Bonk. Opponent plays the floodplain. We have metamorphosis now. Land, combat, attack. They're at 16. If they tap out... Okay, they're going to go and play an Augur Bolus. We have 6 mana on my next turn if they don't kill my creature. Find an Ephemerate. They still have the counterspell available. I'll play out an Arbor Elf. Jam a Forest. I'm going to attack. They wisely block. They play Union of the Third Path, which gains them a bunch of life. And they draw a card. They gain 5 life. My turn, or their turn. They play Preordain. We have 7 mana right now. So the Altasaur train is going to lead the station, I hope. They play a Plains. They have 5 mana. 1 counterspell plus 1 removal spell. They choose not to attack. We find a Plains. Land. I will make 7 mana and cast Annoyed Altasaur. And untap my Leyline Weaver. Back to having 2 mana. Cascade. We find the Skyshroud Cutter. Undo. Turn off auto yields. So we'll cast the Skyshroud Cutter. Tap for red. Untap. I can try to metamorphosis the cutter. Let's untap. Metamorphosis. Skyshroud Cutter. Make green. 6. And we have 7 mana for another Altasaur. 5. Yeah, we have exactly enough. That was cool. The value. Untap my Weaver. Big guys. Another Skyshroud Cutter. Okay, well, I'm not gonna... Sure, I'll tap for green, and then I'll untap. Okay, we got some big dinos and a teeny tiny bug guy. It's funny. They didn't use any counter spells. I just don't understand why. Maybe they were holding it for the Goliath Paladin. Now they can brainstorm and then ephemerate, which will pick whatever they put on top. Kind of clearing their hand. It's very, very fancy. Instead of ephemerate, they just counterspell. Scred as well. We're back to not having anything on the table. Here's the Ephemerate. We get a Lorien revealed. We have 6 mana in play, so they could just cast it. Ephemerate rebounds. Opponent picks the Suplex. They can kill one of my creatures. The Leyline Weaver is my only red source. They cast a Preordain. They have Suplex and Lorien revealed in hand. 3 unknowns. Suplex will kill my Weaver. Goodbye. Plays a land. My turn. I'll attempt a Goliath Paladin. They've got a counterspell. I will move on. They're about to refill with a Lorien revealed. Arg. Alright, we'll just submit this again and play first. So close. Mulligan. Okay. This is probably a keep. We'll get rid of the Skyshroud Cutter. We'll go land. Sprawl on red. Pass. Best draw is a land. That way I don't have to use the feral. Try to find a land. Okay. Unfortunately, I drew another sprawl. So I kind of regret that now, the way that I did this. I will sprawl on white and still feel kind of wonky about my hand. Play another wild growth and then flush out. I feel like my opponent's going to counterspell this. I don't. I could discard the Writhing Chrysalis and just go Avenging Hunters, but I'm going to go into counterspell twice. I think I will discard the Writhing Chrysalis. We play a mountain. Find a boarding party. Let's try lead the Stampede. Counterspell. Play Arbor Elf. If they don't have a removal spell in hand, I can jam the boarding party. This is just ramp things where you don't draw the right cards in the right order. They pretended that they were going to kill my creature, but they fetched a Glacial Floodplain with the Lorien revealed. Can we make 8 mana on my turn? The answer is no. Service says no. How many more counterspells do you think they have in hand? I'm going to guess 2, which is exactly the number of Avenging Hunters I have. I need a forest before I want to even play that. Whoa, they tap out. Okay. Problem is, I have the Scred. They find a Thraben Charm. Can't Thraben Charm my Avenging Hunter. Doot doot. Avenging Hunter. We'll grab a mountain. They pay 4 mana for a Murmuring Mystic. And then they Scred the Avenging Hunter? That is gross for me. I don't think we can come back from that, unfortunately. I can try slamming the Avenging Hunter again. I mean, maybe I can get something with the boarding party here. Mountain, boarding party. Another Avenging Hunter. Don't mind if I do. We will forge onto the Avenging Hunter. Attack. I have a 7/6. They can currently Thraben Charm it, because they have that in hand. They get in for 1. They take the initiative. Magic Wand makes their Mystic grow, so Mystic can block and kill the boarding party. I have safekeepings in my deck, so I could draw the safekeeping. Opponent's going to play Archaeomancer for a Scred. Another Murmuring Mystic, and now they killed my Avenging Hunter. That's pretty fun. Okay. Opponent is going off over there. We find Arbor Elf Avenging Hunter. 3, 4, 5 Avenging Hunter. I mean, trap you, I guess. Doesn't really do anything. Play Arbor Elf. Pass. I don't think I can win. I'm going to go to the next round. Opponent had very, very strong plays over there. We tried to Gronk our way to victory, and it was not effective. I'll see you in round 4. Round 4, we did it, everybody. We have the metamorphosis into the Goliath Paladin on turn 1. What is this going to be the matchup where that is good? I hope so. Oh, man. Power plant. Yes. We play an expedition map on turn 1. We're going to play initiative on turn 1. How does that feel? Here, you can have some life, and then I will metamorphosis, make white, and play my initiative creature. Yeah! Turbo initiative. Let's get a mountain. Turn 2, we sprawl plus Arbor Elf. Then we try to turn 3 an Altasaur. My opponent probably is playing Monster Tron. We're going to forge onto the Paladin. At least I can deal them 5 damage this turn. They crack the expedition map. We find an Avenging Hunter. Play Arbor Elf. Play Sprawl on white. Attacking for 5. Now I have 4, 5. I have 6 mana. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with your 7 mana? Hopefully nothing crazy. Canny Trail. Okay. I like that. That's a not super impressive thing to be doing. So I'm trying to get all the way to Throne of the Dead 3 to put more initiative on the table. Bash in. They crack it. They're at 23 life. They have 4 mana. They're using the 4 mana. Golem Foundry. They're playing Alter Tron. That's not good. They might be able to just win through what I'm doing. Expedition map gives them a token. I will trap you. Boink. You have boarding party. So 6 mana for a boarding party. Is that better than Avenging Hunter? Yeah, probably. Untap. Boarding party. Play Lead the Stampede. Okay. We get Arbor Elf, Skyshroud Cutter, Stormshriek Feral. And then we attack in. Yeah. They're at 7. So, fortunately, I have to pass. We're going to go into Archives. I can make a flyer. I wonder if the flyer can win the game for me. They crack their expedition map for probably a Crystal Grotto or something like that to make colors. It's Conduit Pylons. Yes. Surveil. Okay. Plays Chromatic Star. They have a Golem. Almost. If they have Weather the Storm, that'll be bad. They make black. So they could either have a Packdoll Terror or what? Another Canny Trail. So now they have a Golem. They'll go to 10 life, which means I can't kill them just by attacking with the Stormshriek Feral. So maybe I go into Archives and then slam the Avenging Hunter. They go to 10 life. Plays Mirror Retriever. Yuck. They're blocking both of my creatures now. Okay, we draw an extra card. If I had Metamorphosis, I could Metamorphosis into the Altasaur and play... Okay, I can't. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will play the Avenging Hunter. Take the initiative. We get to go into Throne of the Dead 3. I want something ginormous. We have a Stormshriek Feral. Okay, so this makes them have to block with all their creatures, because this one is a 6/6 flyer. Play Arbor Elf. Combat. Coming in. Golden Foundry will kill the boarding party. Mirror Retriever blocks, gets back Candy Trail. They still might be able to combo. They're going to go to 4 life. I pass. One plays another Candy Trail. My turn 1 initiative was not good enough. It would have been probably good enough if we had the Avenging Hunter on turn 1 versus the Paladin, since the Paladin can be chump blocked. Anyway, they went Candy Trail, drew a card, went bottom. They concede. It was good enough. We need Relic, Declamor, Master of the Fire, get rid of Battle Rage, 3 more cards to cut. That's a problem. I wonder if the Declamor Cast in the Fire stuff is too cute and we just need to slam stuff. I feel like the Skyshroud Cutter Metamorphosis is actually good in this matchup. So maybe instead of Relic, I just try to tempo them. So I'm on the draw. Battle Rage is pretty good. Okay, if I'm going to just win faster, I think the Battle Rage would do it. So let's try that. I think this is the matchup where you would want a Relic, but I don't know if it's going to win the game. Can we draw the nuts again? We drew a Metamorphosis. Does it do it though? I don't think so. When it mulligans to 6, so we should mulligan as well. We don't have a follow-up after making a Utopia Sprawl land. Okay, this one's much better. Let's keep. And then get rid of the Metamorphosis. And we'll go, let's keep. Get rid of Metamorphosis. Turn 1, Arbor Elf. Turn 2, Wild Growth, untap. Could make 4 mana. Maybe I should have gotten rid of the Stormshriek Feral, because I could Metamorphosis the Zan into the boarding party. When it goes Tower, we will lead on Arbor Elf. We have a turn 3 boarding party. Power plan for the opponent. Chippered there for a second. A Wild Growth on tap. And then Sprawl on red. Pass the turn. So this next turn, we have boarding party. Hopefully we hit something good. And then we have Battle Rage. Stormshriek Feral into Battle Rage. They play an Expedition map. They're probably going to crack the map this turn. We have Skyshroud Cutter. Tap. Untap. And then makes... What? Okay, they cracked the map in response to my Arbor Elf. Okay, sure. It's a weird spot to do that. You should always know, if you're playing on Magic Online, there's something called yield until next end step, which yields there, and then you can just let your opponent do their thing, and then do it at the end. I would always recommend that. Metamorphosis. Do not cast. No. Attack in. Too bad I didn't have the Skyshroud Cutter on the table already. Then I could have Metamorphosis into the Tunnel Web. Okay. Let's make some more mana, I guess. I wonder if my opponent has a... let's think this through. Okay. Lay out my Avenging Hunter. I'm wondering if they have a Moment's Peace. They might. Let's grab Plains. And then attempt to flush out, discard the Skyshroud Cutter. We have Metamorphosis again. Attack in. Looks like they do have Moment's Peace. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad that I didn't just blast out the Battle Rage. Okay, what do? We can Zan return the boarding party. We play a Fanged Marauder. It's also annoying. They're going to have to... Well, let's forge onto Avenging Hunter. Play a land. Combat. Attack in. Moment's Peace again. Okay. They take no damage. I'm going to Zan in Web, picking up the boarding party. Just because it's a 2-for-1. We will get a land. Guess it's going to be Mountain. Oh, it's tapped. Darn. Play the Leyline Weaver. Then I'm passing. If they attack, I can block and then Battle Rage my creature to kill the Fanged Marauder. Just see what they have. I don't know if that's going to be the best way to win. I guess they probably want to attack for the initiative. They use 2 mana to Eviscerate Insight, sacrificing. Gains 5 life. Plays a Power Plant. Another Fanged Marauder. We might be able to win here. They don't have a way to go infinite. They play an Ashnod's Altar. Oh, wow. Okay. My turn. We are going to trap you. Bonk. Yep, I think our opponent is going to eat it because of the Battle Rage. Okay, Metamorphosis doesn't do anything. So we'll tap, untap. Still have red mana over here to cast the Battle Rage. I guess I should make green. Cast Boarding Party. Untap my Leyline Weaver. Cascade. What will we find? A Sprawl? Not very good. Guess we Sprawl. Not where you want to be. Sprawl on white. Play Arbor Elf. And then I will attack in. Pew pew pew. Little did they know, we have Battle Rage. They only blocked the Fanged Marauder on the boarding party. Let's see if that will be lethal. First strike, that we deal them 1 damage. We win the match. Yeah, Battle Rage for the win. We got to do all the things. I'll see you in round 5. Okay, round 5. We've got some ramp. I'm going to keep. I'm a little concerned, but I don't know. If I find a second land, this would be pretty good. Oh, no, island. Plays a Delver. So they're letting me have my first play. Guess I sprawl on red then. Land, sprawl on red. Of course, if I find my mana, then I can probably go over the top of a Terror player, given that my creatures are gigantic. When it brainstorms. Revealing a brainstorm, plays island. Best draw for me is a forest, I think. They get in for 3. We draw the in-web creature. Yikes. Well, I will play Leyline Weaver. Just playing around Spell Pierce, but not Force Spike. When it brainstorms. If I can get to 4 mana. Oh, buddy. If I can get to 4 mana. They play an island. What terrible things await me. Delver continues getting in. I can block, but I'm not going to. I could block. I decided not to. I will attempt to wild growth on the forest. When it brainstorms, okay, we're going to attempt to in-web, turning the Leyline Weaver. Yay, that resolved. We have red, so I'm still just going to get forest, I think. Maybe getting mountain makes sense, but forest I think is better. Your turn. I have a 4/3. Soon to have a Writhing Chrysalis. Then I'll have 6 mana for a boarding party. When it ponders, my Zan does not have reach. It's a Spider-Man without reach. Cannot do spider things. Spider human something something. That's funny. Spider human hero. They have 4 mana. I mean, they have 4 creatures. They have 4 instants and sorceries in their graveyard. 4 mana towards a terror. Play a mental note. Now terror costs 1 mana. Ponder, looking for terrors. Still haven't found them. Interesting. So initiative is pretty bad into Insectile Aberration, but I don't think I would want to cut it. They continue getting in for 3. Terror numero uno? No. There we go. They finally played it. Okay. We have an Arbor Elf. Is that where I want to be? Because the Arbor Elf puts me way ahead on the next turn. And then I could just block here. I'm nervous about like I'm just going to play Writhing Chrysalis. Pass. So I'm nervous that they would have a Sleep of the Dead for my Arbor Elf, but if they have Sleep of the Dead, then my Writhing Chrysalis isn't doing anything either. They'll get in for 5. I'll go to 6. I need this turn for setup still, I think. Cryptic Serpent. What am I even doing? Oh, another Writhing Chrysalis. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we just go 4. I'm trying to think if I can get the Arbor Elf Leyline Weaver on the table too. I can. I guess that's worth it. Sacrifice. Play Writhing Chrysalis. I would be surprised if they didn't have Counterspell, but they might not have it. It appears they do have it. No, mental note. Looking for something. I don't know what they were supposed to find. They find Demon Fear going to the bottom. Or going to the graveyard. Okay. Okay. Play Arbor Elf. Sacrifice. And we'll play Leyline Weaver. Then I will pass. Because I'm planning on blocking now. See how many Sleep of the Deads and Demon Fears they can manage to rip. They cycled for an island, so now they'll have enough to hardcast Lorien if they want. Plays another terror. Yikes. They'll get in with their 6/5. Okay. Declare blockers. Block. They concede! Writhing Chrysalis too strong! Okay. Nice. Relics coming in. Battle Rages coming out. Is anything else good? Maybe the ram through can be okay. Kill a terror? I don't know. Safekeeping could also be good. Battle Rage doesn't seem necessary. We're just trying to gum up the board with huge things. Okay. I have a Relic of Progenitus. So I guess I'm keeping. My opponent could just Delver me out, though. It might not be that great. We can also put a Cutter on the table on turn 1. I can use the Cutter as a ritual in combination with the Leyline Weaver. They go land pass. I will attempt a Relic. They cycle a Lorien Revealed. Okay, they just didn't have the spell Pierce. I'm very surprised. All right, we'll get rid of the Lorien. 2 lands for the opponent. Counterspell is now an option. Plays the Delver. Right. Mountain, we will attempt a Leyline Weaver. Okay, I have 3 mana. 4, it would be 4. Okay, they cycle a Lorien Revealed. I will exile it. Don't think I want to trade with the Delver. Just let it bash me for a little while I try to get mana on the table. They do not find a land, or a spell. They do have land. My turn. I can make 4 mana into a Writhing Chrysalis. I don't know how good that is. Red. How about you gain 5 life? I'll untap my Leyline Weaver. The synergy. It's amazing. Are they going to get rid of my Leyline Weaver? They do not. Oh, the nice thing here, actually, this is really good because now I can Writhing Chrysalis, untap my Leyline Weaver again, and play the Arbor Elf. In my head, I was like, I'm not going to be able to play the Arbor Elf this turn. It's such a bummer. They have a counterspell. Okay. We get some spawns. Now we have an Arbor Elf, and I will Relic you. So we currently have 6 mana. Can't really just jam the Avenging Hunter because of the Delver. They flip on a Brainstorm. I think I'm fine with trying to play the Boarding Party. Brainstorm goes to the graveyard. They play another island. How many snakes are in their hand? I don't know. They're trying to play the snake, but they can't because they have no instants and sorceries in their graveyard except for Brainstorm. We've been popping them with the Relic. Of course, I played just 2 relics post-board and drew 1 in my opening hand, and they didn't have the answer. Feels pretty lucky. They'll get in for 3. I'm at 17. The Demon Fury, the Relic. Guess I'm going to crack it. I drew Metamorphosis. Another Writhing Chrysalis. Red. Untap. I'll play Writhing Chrysalis. Untap. Okay. Let's attack with the Skyshroud Cutter. And then I will attempt to Metamorphosis the Skyshroud Cutter. See if this will actually resolve. It resolves. We make green. We slam the Avenging Hunter. Because I have 2 flying blockers. Or 2 reach blockers. Soon I'll... Yes, we win! That was fun. Okay, let's go back to the league. Okay, once again, thank you, Peyton, for the deck donation. This deck was really fun. It was a little bit hit or miss as far as whether we got our things online, but the Metamorphosis and the Skyshroud Cutter came up. It was cool to actually pull that off. We got to Goliath Paladin on turn 1. We got to Battle Rage. Very, very fun. And I think it was quite a good league. Let me know what you thought about it. #still listening. I'll see you in the next video.